Even though it looks beautiful out today, unfortunately, it is still winter. But it won't be for long. So today, we need to get ready for selling. It still seems a very far ways away, but we need to clean up and get ready.
It's not spring yet, but it will be soon. And that has me really excited because I love this time of year. This is a really beautiful time of year in Kelowna. And I can't wait to just get outside and start making progress towards this upcoming farming season.
The first job on the list for this week is we need to clean up the farm stand. It has been months since we've even gone in there. It's pretty messy in there. It needs a tidy, it needs a wipe down, it needs a clean. If we do it now, as soon as we have flowers going again, we'll be able to open it up, stock it, and be ready to go.
What do you see down there?
Look, sedum. Something's growing. One of the first things we need to do is take down all of our Christmas stuff.
We aren't just late on getting our Christmas lights down, we actually still have our Halloween decorations up in here. So we're not one, but 2 full holidays behind schedule.
The plan for in here is that everything needs to come out, needs a major wipe down, needs like a vacuum, a sweep. And then after, the exciting part is we are gonna put in an installation up along the roof. We're gonna do a dried flower installation inside of here. You know, something that'll look really pretty, but because it's gonna be out of dried flowers, it'll be something that we can leave up kind of all through the spring. We can spend some time doing it now, because I'm assuming it's gonna take a while, and it will be there ready for us to enjoy once the sales start.
Spooky!
This video is sponsored by Taylor Brands. Christmas is canceled.
I'm down here hanging out by my fire. I've had this fire going for a couple days now as I work all in this is kind of like our junkyard area of the property, and it needs to get cleaned up. My goal this year to keep the weed pressure down on the farm is to be able to maintain all of the areas that aren't farm beds with a riding lawnmower, because any other fashion you just end up giving up territory to the weeds.
We're going into our 4th year of farming, and up until this point we've had a lot of stuff because we haven't known what we're gonna do. We haven't known where things are going to go, what materials we need for what projects. So it just hasn't made sense to clear the space. But as we go into this season, we know exactly what we want. As we go into this season, we know exactly what we need. And so now it's starting to become clear what is garbage and what is the stuff that we need to keep. And the reality is a lot of it is garbage, and a lot of it we don't need to keep. You know, it's getting more space for ourselves, and it's making better use of our time.
We're not going to have an employee this year, so we need to value our own time a little higher, because we're going to be in short supply when the season gets busy. That means that we need to be more organized, and the time to do that organization is now. This is really exciting though. When you look down here, all the way down to the fence, by the end of this season, we're gonna have all of this set up into farm beds. We got about 40 farm beds that we can put in here. So right now the farm has 60 farm beds. 40 is a substantial increase in our size. We're really excited about having all of this space. It's gonna look amazing.
Back to choring.
I'm excited about the flower installation we're gonna do there, because it's all white in there. It's very bright, but it just needs something more to bring some color in there.
Hi, I've pretty much gotten it cleaned in here, and you guys, I have to be honest, I am not a big fan of cleaning. I would much rather make a mess than clean up a mess. So I'm thinking, let's ditch on this like farm business idea. Let's start a new business. And if you've been watching these videos, over the winter, we started a new business. We started Cats and Top Hats, but unfortunately we didn't do very good market demographics. Cats don't have money, so they don't actually have the ability to buy themselves hats. So we've given up on that business. New business idea. What a mess. What I do is I come to your house and I make a mess. I know there's lots of people out there not like me, people who love cleaning up. So what a service. Give them more messes so that they can then do their hobby of cleaning up. I think this one's gonna be a success. We're cleaning up the farm this week because aesthetics matter. And that's the truth in all business. Aesthetics always matter. And that's why you should check out the services that Taylor Brands offers.
Taylor Brands is a one-stop shop for aspiring small business owners, offering you everything you need to launch your business in one place. From logo to full business, launch your brand in minutes with their Logo Maker LLC services, social media design, website, domain, email, business cards, merch, and so much more. I'm going to start off my new business by making a logo. Just because I'm coming into their homes to create a mess doesn't mean that I want them to think I'm personally a mess too. One of the things that I love about the Taylor Brands Logo Maker is that it really helps me to clarify what it is that I want from my brand. I go into this process unsure what it is I'm looking for. They ask me a few simple questions and I end up with some really attractive looking logo options. When I originally went to make my Red Roof Family Farm logo, I really struggled. It took me 2 days of research to find what it was I'm looking for. Taylor Brands walks me through that in 60 seconds, which means I'm one step closer to being able to go make messes for my clients. Now that I have my logo completed, I'm set to check out the rest of Taylor Brands services like domain, LLC, website, business mailbox, online and physical business cards, printed merch, branding packages, social media tools, and so much more. Don't forget to check out Taylor Brands with the link in our description and use code CAN'TEATTHEGRASS40 for 40% off.
Music playing down there.
When we first bought the property, the entire outbuilding was basically filled with stuff. And at the time, we were excited thinking that there was gonna be some treasures in there. But, over the years, we've kind of discovered more and more that none of it is stuff that we want or need. And this year we decided enough's enough. Rather than, every 2 weeks doing a dump run, we just rented one of these big bins. And so we are doing the complete sweep.
So I've already been doing this for a couple days. We're trying to get this done for Monday so that they can come pick up the bin and we can get back to doing all the other stuff we have to do. But the farm is definitely looking cleaner. And, I think that what this is about for me is that we finally have this final vision for the farm and we're kind of basically in agreement. So now, before it was I'm holding on to all this stuff in case I need it someday. But now I just know what I need and what I don't, because we have the final vision for the farm, in our heads. So I'm not attached to anything anymore. If I'm not going to use it in the next year, there's no reason to have it anymore, because we're basically going to have the whole farm plotted out and all the outbuildings that we're going to built So I don't need scraps of, steel pipes that I'm never going to use. It's just taking up space that could be more farm. So it's going to be amazing because the farm is going to be so clean. And I'm really excited about the reality of what this place is going to look like this year. Here's the game we're playing right now. Serina and I are walking around the property, and I'm going to take pictures of all the stuff that she wants me to toss out. So that's what we're doing. We're going to tour the property and try to find all those pieces of garbage that need to go in the dumpster. No, he can go into the shop. There's stuff in here that's garbage. Look who it is, Serina.
Flower face.
It's Flower Face. We've got the closing shot, and he stayed here forever. My goal this year is to have drone shots that look amazing and don't have all this junkyard in it. You guys probably don't even notice, but I'm always like, oh, look at all that junk everywhere. And maybe you do notice. Maybe I'm not sure.
For this year, we have completely rethought what we're doing here on the farm. We've gone from growing mostly veggies to growing mostly flowers. And in the same way that we're rethinking that process, we've started to rethink what are we doing with this building? We can definitely use this space a lot better. We are transforming this room, which was always kind of like, if we have company, they could come and they can stay here. So much of it has been like, we have a bed. Like this whole section over here was just a bed for when company comes, which, company never comes. We're too busy to have company. So what we're doing in here now is we are gonna turn this into the flower studio. This ended up being the space where I did so much of the flower arranging work last year. And I was always working around things. I was in a very tight space. I could have used a lot more space to work, and having more space to work would have meant I could have worked more efficiently. So we're taking that and we're making improvements in here. This here doesn't look like much. It's just a pile of metal, but this is actually a huge part of our vision. What we have here is 6 racks on wheels. And we needed this because what we want to do is we want to create movable flower storage. We have an air conditioner in here. We like to keep the flowers in here to keep them cool and fresh, but it's a lot of work to move the flowers from outside into this room. It's a lot of steps to have to walk, either through the garage or through the front room to get to here. So what we're gonna do with these racks is we are gonna have them set up so we can bring them to the door, and I can unload buckets directly off of my cart onto the racks, fill them up, and then I can wheel the carts into this room. So now rather than having to carry 1 bucket at a time, sloshing through the room, I'll be able to carry, 8 or 12 buckets at a time, bring them into the room. The other reason why this is important is once they're on the racks in this room, I can then set them up throughout the room in the way that's going to create the best workflow for me to go to make the arrangements. I can either stack them in very tight so I have space to move around, or I can set them out in a row so I can quickly grab the buckets off of them. Having them be movable is going to make it so I can figure out the best way for my system. But I can't really do any of that when they're just a pile of metal on the ground, so Ian.
It's time for me to tag in and do a task to help Serina get ready. So I'm gonna put all these racks together today. We're gonna do them in a few different shelving arrangements. Some of them are gonna have just 2 shelves, some of them are gonna have 3, some of them are gonna have the full 5 shelves. So let's get to it. We've done lots of these shelves already in different parts of the farm, but these ones are the first time we bought them used instead of new. We got a little deal on them. So hopefully everything goes back together pretty easily. But you know, these shelves, I mean, most people are familiar with them. They go together really easy. So it shouldn't take too long to get all of this racking put up, and then, you know, that just gives us more floor space, which is what we're after. Big old bag of goodies. Look at all these guys. But it's like the weight of the unit itself. There we go. First one's done. Quick and easy.
Putting the racks together is actually only a one-person job, so I'm gonna leave Ian to it, and while he works, I have a job for me. But first, I have something super exciting to share with you guys. I have my very first flower of the year.
Ooh, look at that.
Unfortunately, it's a weed. It's a weed that has ended up in my Rudbeckia soil blocks. But no matter what, I mean, look at these. Things are growing like crazy. Some of these things are like ready to go in the ground now. These are my snapdragons, which are massive. They have been very happy in here. And these next week, we're gonna be filling up the greenhouse. So these are gonna actually be getting planted outside very soon. But what I have to do today is I have a lot of stuff that isn't going to be planted out very soon, you know, like this Rudbeckia, that needs to get bumped up into a bigger size container so that it can hang out inside for a couple more weeks. Look at these feverfew. It's just wall of green. This is what I'm going to work on first. And then I should clean. Not doing anything fancy here. I'm just gonna be kind of popping these soil blocks in.
How delicate are you usually when you do that?
Yeah, not at all.
Their roots will go back.
If anything is delicate for transplanting, those are the things that you shouldn't be transplanting, right? Anything that can't handle like root disturbance is the stuff that you should be direct seeding. If it can't handle, you know, having you know, handle it, then you probably shouldn't be handling it.
Looks like this is just a mat.
Yeah, pretty much. Need to cut the cake. Okay, so that's all the one variety. You know, you gotta balance, like, how quick you can work with how delicate the plants need.
We need to get more racks built so we can put more, we got more grow lights this year.
I know, that's what you need to be doing. So let's get you back to work.
Okay. Mission successful. This was an easy one, but you know, like, look at all this storage that we have now. So, you know, it's exciting to see the vision for the farm all coming together. And those ones are all for the flower arranging, like Serina was talking about. But this one is going to get converted into another grow light shelf because we need infinite space for that at this time of year. Ooh, that worked. You know, completing things, just starting to look forward to the spring has me thinking about my own motivations. And I'm getting really excited because, you know, we went through all the stuff that we're growing. We kind of did our farm plan the other night. And, you know, there's just so much stuff that we're growing. You know, last year we had maybe 15 beds of flowers. And this year we're going to have 50 beds of flowers. Plus, you know, our perennials are going to be one more year established. And, you know, everything at the farm is just going to look amazing. It's going to look amazing. All of that has me thinking about this upcoming season and my personal inner drive. And I liken it to like a furnace. I have an internal temperature, and, you know, through the winter time, maybe I'm running a little bit cool. I think I was probably running pretty cold all winter. But now the excitement of the upcoming farm season, you know, I just feel that furnace heating up. It's like, you know, like a wood stove when you just packed it with wood. I can feel that temperature rising, and my motivation to get things done, you know, my energy levels, my excitement, everything is just starting to take off. I'm excited. I'm excited for this upcoming season. I'm excited to see all the new designs that Serina can come up with the flowers, because, you know, people are already like, whoa, Serina, you know, your composition skills for putting these bouquets together has really developed. And, you know, I think she's doing, it's not exactly unique, but she definitely has her own style and her own flair that she's putting on it. And I'm excited to give her, you know, all these new options to throw into her bouquets and to see what she can do with that. One of the reasons we make this content, you know, I like to try to make people laugh, or just, I want to make content that makes people feel good, because, you know, I don't watch scary movies or anything like that anymore, because, you know, I just feel bad enough as it is about, like, the, you know, all the crazy stuff that's going on in this world. And I just want to put something good out there and make people happy and make people just kind of tune out for a little while. So I'm really excited to put out, you know, a really solid season of content where, you know, people can come along with us on our little journey. Did you even cook that one, or did you just give it a nice little warm?
I put it in the fire.
Like chocolate chips smushed into your marshmallows?
Yeah.
This technique.
What are you doing?
So I've gotten together flowers, dried flowers. I have a whole collection, filled this box so I can bring it up to the farm stand so that we can do the installation. The only problem is I've never done anything like this before. And I also haven't done any research into how to do this. So I don't really know what I'm doing. The one thing I know you need for something like this is mechanics. You need something to, like, some sort of structure to put the flowers into. And that's kind of where I really don't know what we're supposed to do. Wish me some luck.
Good luck.
Well, you're coming.
Oh, I was gonna say that here.
So while cleaning up, we found a roll of chicken wire, which is what we're going to use to be what's going to hold the flowers. We're going to attach this up at the ceiling, and then we'll be able to spike the flowers into this, and it'll hold it in place, in theory. We'll see.
Stop asking what you're doing.
Now we need to start putting the flowers in. I'm not gonna start with this. I'm gonna start with the more like foliage, add the bulk in before we add any of the color or any of the flowers.
Just like you did with your Christmas tree.
Yeah, exactly. Same idea as the Christmas tree. First thing we're gonna put in is this cinnamon basil. Time to see if it will hold in the chicken wire. Because if it doesn't, then we have a bigger problem. So if the first stuff goes, then we have nothing to worry about.
Do you like doing like this type of installation thing? I know you haven't really done it much other than the Christmas tree. How does this compare to doing a bouquet?
I never made a bouquet until I started making bouquets here on the farm. You know, I never went and put flowers together. So, you know, I didn't know anything about it. I don't know anything about doing something like this, like an installation. So it's not until I try it that I see if, you know, if I can, first of all, if I can do it. Like, I don't know, right? Like, I have no idea if this will be successful. I don't know if this will look good. You know, but it's fun to learn new things always. Because it needs to get to the point that it's just. Next up, we got some red amaranth.
It's starting to fill in now.
Yep. The base is almost done. I'm gonna add a couple bunches of the brown in, which I think is, I'm excited for the color palette. And then we're gonna start putting some stuff that'll actually be some bulk. I think at this point, probably after that, we'll do the status. If we had fresh chicken wire and we could have like bunched it, we could have made a better form. It's gonna be colorful, right? Even though this is like not colorful.
These are only two of the colors. Is it fun to put them in there?
It is not fun.
Is it getting worse?
It's getting way worse. You know, the other thing, but like,
Getting to the point where you don't see through it to see the chicken wire.
yeah. If you look at this and you see the chicken wire, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
That's like choosing to see the bad.
That's not a very nice thing to do.
So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna do these straw flowers. We're gonna put these in, and then we're gonna do our focals. We got red and orange focals, and then for the magic, we're gonna go and we're gonna put some green in. You know, oh. What I'm saying. It is what it is. Okay, so
Tell us in the comments
oh yeah.
how much like money you think that this final thing that we do here is worth.
For context, as of now, 2 hours that I've been working on this.
Yeah.
And I'm not done. Right? Like there's,
Another 45 minutes?
yeah, including like the cleanup.
Make videos.
Vocal flowers. So we got these zinnias. You know, these are pretty red when they're dry, but I think these zinnias were pink originally.
Some of them have a lot of red.
When someone asks,
In the comments. I don't know.
Okay, this is what I've been waiting for. You ready for it?
No.
This is
I'm not ready.
this is the money.
I'm not ready.
These marigolds, oh, they're so good. They're so
they
bright
really
and
have a-
so fluffy.
Super fun. Sitting somewhere, sipping their coffee.
Well, these marigolds. Magic time.
Yep. Bring it home.
Ta-da!
Good work, Serena.
All done. You know, it was fussy to do, and it took a long time. And I feel like it would definitely be easier if we would have known a little bit better what we were doing, right? Like if we would have had the mold in the first place be a little bit of a better structure, you know. But I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, it looks really good.
And, you know, it looks really bright and really punchy in person.
High five.
You know, I feel at this point very ready for the selling season to come around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's nice to know that this space is ready, you know, and that the rest of the farm is getting ready too. Now we just need the weather. We just need the weather and the flowers to be ready. But it's coming. It's, you know, it won't be long.
Thank you so much to our sponsor, Taylor Brands. The support of our sponsors helps us to make these videos, so we really appreciate it. And don't forget to check out the link in our description and use code CAN'TEATTHEGRASS40 for 40% off with Taylor Brands.